Interwebs have fired up. It looks like there we are live. Welcome to Gamcast, a special Sunday edition. We're here today to talk about why George Stephanopoulos and ABC decided to pay Trump $16 million on his defamation case. Folks, sorry I have not been putting out as many videos. I've been a little bit under the weather, and it being the holidays and all. Hope everybody's having a Merry Christmas. But hopefully be getting some videos out more regularly. So anyway, without further ado, here is the interview that led to the problem for little Georgie. Take a listen. And just so you know what you're going to hear and see if you're watching on video, and if you are later on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, etc., if you would like, share, comment, and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Anyway, this is George Stephanopoulos repeatedly saying that Trump was, quote-unquote, found liable for rape. Take a listen.
Because I've been raped. I think that's disgusting.
No, I'm questioning your political choices because you're supporting
shaming me. You're trying
someone
to
who's been
shame
found
me.
liable for rape. Actually, I'm not trying to.
You are.
Okay, that's the first time he says it. Been found liable for rape. But give it one more, and then I'm going to break it down for you.
I think it's disgusting.
Well, you're welcome to say that, but you have to answer the question. Why are you supporting someone who's been found liable for rape?
Okay, now there he goes. He repeatedly says found liable of rape. Let's go back and give you the common law definition of defamation. So defamation is a false statement purporting to be a fact. We've covered videos before. If it's an opinion, you're not going to get defamation there. Number two, you have to publish it, right? Well, he did publish it. He published it to, well, ABC didn't have millions, but thousands. But he also published it to the congresswoman there, so that also counts as publishing. It has to be fault of at least negligence, and then you have to have damages. And the damage is pretty easy. Obviously, Trump's running for president. It tends to tarnish his brand, etc. So the damages are going to be no problem there. Now, here's a problem that Trump has, and that the courts have done, the Supreme Court, unanimous decision, New York Times versus Sullivan. And you'll see here that they said if you're actually a public figure, which Trump obviously is, then there's a higher standard. You have to show that the person acted with actual malice. So coming back to Georgie here, did he act with actual malice? And the case was settled for $16 million shortly after the judge said, hey, I'm going to let discovery go forward. And discovery is where you exchange emails, documents, text messages, and you sit down for deposition. So that's when the rubber's going to hit the road. That's when they decided to settle it. Now, it's been leaked that George Stephanopoulos' producers, they had texts that they were going to have to turn over to Trump because the judge wasn't going to pause the case anymore, that said, don't use the term rape. Don't use the term rape. And Stephanopoulos did it anyway. That's why they paid it. And here's the reason that they would have. Here's the E. Jean Carroll verdict that he claims is liable for rape. I think it was a slam dunk case for the entirety, but it certainly is after this. And here's why. Because there is no civil tort of rape. Rape is a criminal charge. That's one of the points that the Congresswoman is trying to make there. Hey, rape is criminal beyond a reasonable doubt, only can be charged by the state. You're making a mockery of rape by allowing people to call it rape and do it civilly and find it by a preponderance of the evidence, right? That shouldn't be allowed. What that's called is assault or battery, but it's not rape. And they clearly knew it. But setting all that aside, folks, here's what Stephanopoulos is talking about. You see, if you're watching on video, you can see it. Mr. Trump raped Carroll, question mark. That never should have gone to the jury. Any decent judge, anybody who went through first-year law school said, I'm not going to let you ask the jury that because that's not proper. It should be abuse, battery, something like that. But then it doesn't matter. The jury said no. Now, what Stephanopoulos and the fascists have been doing is the judge in a later ruling said, yeah, well, they didn't technically find rape, but what they found is what everybody understands to be rape. And people have been pointing that, going, hey, you know, that's the same thing. Stephanopoulos knew when those text messages came out that he knew what he was doing and he was acting willfully, and he properly paid off that case. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you do, you'll see me on the next one.